Okay, good morning, good evening, everyone. Uh, so, Welcome to Statistical Applications course, and my name is Himansi Vihanga, and I'm currently working as a demonstrator in the Department of Statistics and Computer Science in Faculty of Science, University of Pennsylvania. So, that's simply about me, and let's move on to my content slide, and these are the topics I'm going to discuss in detail in my presentation today, starting from the objectives, the lesson plan, and the note 1 for introduction to statistical software, and the expectations of the class, and then the statistical softwares, that means different types of statistical softwares, and then the most popular software, and then a comparison with other softwares. Then finally about R and R Studio, and then other tools used in data analysis and visualization. So moving on to objective, my main objective throughout this course is to introduce statistical software packages and to develop the skills to perform elementary operations that are useful in statistical data analysis. So keep in mind the objective of this class, and then let's move on to the lesson plan. So these are the topics I'm going to discuss in detail through this course, and this may be subject to change depending on your level of education, and simply during the week 1 I'm going to introduce you to the programming, and then the following week a presentation about the softwares, that means how to install and update packages, and in the third week I'm going to discuss the basic concepts and data organization, that means data types, data structures, and also importing, exporting data sets, and then the flow control structures and how to data pre-process, and finally how to interpret data, that means through plots and graphs. And then the fourth week a basic descriptive statistics analysis will be discussed, and then at the final week I'm going to target you to the simple linear regression and correlation. As I said earlier, these topics may be subject to change depending on your level of education. Starting from the introduction to statistical software as the first lesson in week 1. Before starting, let me tell what is the expectation of this class. Actually, I'm not going to focus you to become an expert in all the statistical softwares, but to become an expert statistician. And then starting from the statistical softwares, okay, what is a statistical software? A statistical software is a computer program which is a special or specialized to perform any statistical analysis. And to perform any statistical analysis, there are 4 types of statistical software packages. So we will look into one by one. So our first statistical software is open source statistical softwares. Open source statistical software means they are freely available, and the source code, that means the program which has been written for a statistical software, is available, and it can be modified or change or share by the user. And some examples for open source statistical softwares are R, ADMB, DAP, PSPP, OpenAPI, and SciPy. So next type is public domain statistical softwares. Public domain statistical softwares are those programs do not have a copyright or patent restrictions. That means and the user can use it, change or share it without any further permissions. The third type is freeware statistical softwares. Freeware statistical software means they are copyrighted software packages available to be downloaded freely or installed, and then the user can use it and share it. Basically, you can download it without paying money. The final type is proprietary statistical softwares. For these statistical softwares, you have to pay a fee in order to use it. Main examples for proprietary ones are SPSS, Minitab, SAS, commonly named as SAS, MATLAB, StatsDirect, GraphPad, Prism. So I believe you all got an idea of statistical software packages now. So moving on to the next slide. So what do you think the most popular statistical software among the statistical softwares I described earlier? So as you can see in this graph, SAS was very popular in 2015 and also in 2016, right? But that trend is decreasing when you come to 2018. But please look at the pink color line, which representing the R. It is showing a increase in trend, and it is very popular in 2017 and 2018, right? So by looking at this graph, we can see that the popularity in R is increasing over the few years, starting from 2015 to 2018. So I want to tell you that through this course, also we are learning R because of this reason, because it is becoming popular throughout these years. So you will be learning R and also the user-friendly interface of R, which is RStudio, in this course. So in next few slides, we are going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of these software packages. Means we are going to compare the Microsoft Excel, SPSS, Minitab, R and RStudio, their pros and cons, and also the availability. So starting from the first statistical software, which is Microsoft Excel. I think all of you have either heard of it or use it in some part of your time. This Microsoft Excel is a software which comes to the Microsoft Office suite of programs. So if your computer has Microsoft Office suite packages, then you are able to use Microsoft Excel. So I have here noted down some pros and cons of Microsoft Excel and also the availability. So next one is SPSS. SPSS stands for Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. And The version 1 of it was released in 1968, and now we are using the version 26. As I have stated here, the availability, it is not freely available to be downloaded. We have to pay money. As you can see here, we have to pay $99 per month for this software in order to use it. So moving on to the next statistical software, which is Minitab. Minitab is also a very popular statistical software which was built in 1972 and now widely used statistical software, and this is having an interface kind of like an Excel sheet. So due to the presence of these two interfaces, that means the similar to Excel sheet and also we do programming, this is more famous among statisticians. But the thing is, we have to pay money in order to use it. This is not freely available. Or so this is, but compared to SPSS, we have to pay more money, and it cost $1,500 for single user. Moving on to our topic R, which will be going to be used in next weeks, and so this is very popular in nowadays and largely used, and which was built in 1988, and this is open source statistical software. Unlike Minitab SPSS, this is available to be downloaded freely without paying money. So this is the software we are going to use in a couple of weeks, starting from next week, and I have stated here the hyperlink for the installation download purpose of R. So use this link to go. You can download freely R through that site. So this is the interface of R, and then we will come to learn RStudio, which is the user-friendly interface of R. So talking about RStudio, it is also free and open source statistical software, and you will be also learning RStudio along with R. But just recently, the name of RStudio has changed to POSIT. But since we are still changing or moving RStudio to POSIT, we are still using the term RStudio because I will give you the recommended text needed for this course. In those texts also, the name RStudio is used. So let's use the term RStudio, but not the POSIT. So this is the interface of RStudio. It has four code editor, the workspace and the history, then the console, and then the visualization part. That means plots, graphs, and files are located in the fourth plane. Then here I have stated some other tools used in data analysis and visualization. Power BI, Tableau, RapidMiner, Apache Spark, Splunk. So, but in this course, you are only learning R and R Studio. But you are welcome to learn other statistical softwares as well. So I believe you all got statistical software types and their examples, and then their pros, cons, and the availability of those statistical softwares. And I hope to see all in coming practical sessions. Right, till then, um, try to be familiar with the terms and the uh, and also I have given the hyperlinks to download store RNR Studio. So be prepared with all that, and let's meet you next week. And thank you for watching.